G'day folks, I'm down here at V8 Jagnut's place and I've got my new engine. Well, it's not new, it's roughly the same mileage as what I've got. Very well cared for. I had the cover off before, I should have showed you, but she's very nice and clean inside. It hasn't been washed or anything, I haven't flushed it. Just been very well taken care of. Got a nice divvy cap, very little wear on it. The leads I'm going to replace anyway because I've got a new set. Rotor button I'll replace. Everything else is on this engine too. I was expecting a bare block with no drive plate, no manifolds, no nothing, but it's all here. Got the throttle position sensors and everything. And big thanks to Peninsula BM for this one. Whenever I order something from there, they always throw in some extras. And this is just great. Got the oil filter housings here, sump sensors, a lot. The coolant passages aren't corroded like mine. Still got all the loom, computer connectors, inspection port for the on diagnostic tool. Auto drive plate's good, it's not cracked. Injectors are all there. So yeah, I'm just in the process of dropping the hood liner so I can take the hood off. Got heated washer nozzles with concentrated washer fluid and regular washer fluid feeds. Hood switch sensor or something. That's all got to come off. And then we can start pulling this out. Radiator, air boxes, loom connections, AC compressor and hydraulic pump can be dropped down and wired off to the chassis. You don't have to disconnect them. Take the tank out from here and unbolt the transmission somehow down there. So yeah, stay tuned. Well, we got the hood off. We'll take all the wiring loom out. It's easier than trying to dive in underneath there. And the hoses. And the hood's retained by a couple of clips on these things. The struts. There's a bolt down here. And these little keepers hold the crossbar in place. So you flip them up and just lift the hood clean off. And there's the pin and its little retaining clip. Fiddly little things. Now to get the radiator out. Oh, the old girl's slowly coming apart. The air conditioner coils. Definitely needs another clean. Engine's dirty as hell. When I got her it wasn't that dirty, so she's definitely developed an oil leak. But I get to keep this old engine so I can rebuild it. I just made access to the E-box. I'm going to plug the new wiring loom for the other engine in, which is that one there. This is VDO, Germany. Main computer, and another auxiliary computer. One of them will be EFI and the other one will be other controls and ignition. There's another control box over the other side too. That's the heater manifold and inputs, and heater solenoids and circulation pump. This thing will heat when the engine's shut off. There's a little pump, as long as it's warm it'll pump hot water through the core. And that's the other E-box and fuse box. I've repaired this thing before. Check control module for the error correction system, or error reporting system. It had dry solder joints on the pins from vibration, cracked solder. It was throwing up errors for a car which I didn't even have. It said self-leveling suspension was inactive, and this car never even has self-leveling suspension. So if yours at home starts doing that, if you've got one of these cars, take this out and check the solder joints. That's a light control module too, a big one. Pricey little unit, but it controls all the lighting in the car. If that goes wrong, it's pretty expensive, but they are rebuildable. I've rebuilt that one as well. I forgot this check control module also had some pretty toasty looking capacitors in it too. So as soon as I replaced those and resoldered it, I did not end up with any freak error messages or incorrect error messages. So they are rebuildable. Don't let the dealer sting you into spending $500 on one. Likewise with the light control module. Always disconnect the battery before you do this. Well, it should normally come out, but doesn't matter, I won't disturb what I don't need to. And we have garage food. It's always nice to have good garage food while you're working on a car. Very good pizza. Well, we're nearly there, folks. Got the exhaust and the compressor on. Now you won't be able to see much. Just gotta get up to the bolts on the bell housing now. Well, we're nearly ready. Got the new motor there. Crane's on. Now I just got to climb underneath and undo the last two bolts on the transmission. Well, we're nearly free. Just got to get the torque converter off.
Pretty good. Hang on.
Well, it's just free. The torque converters on these like to hang on for dear life, but we got that one out. I'm wondering why it wasn't coming away from the firewalls, because we still had the fuel hoses attached. So it's nice and free now.
Not supposed to tell them, mate.
Ah, it makes it more interesting. We're losing coolant too.
If you pull... now we have brake fluid. If you pull the...
Ah, it's alright, it's sealed.
pull the engine towards you a bit away from... yeah, AC line.
Oh yeah. That's alright, I need new AC lines. It's only R134A. Al Gore won't kill us.
It really catches fire though.
Yeah, that can be fun.
A little more pressure, low pressure on it.
There's a big hole in the car now.
Drop the 308 in.
And 308 would probably go a lot better than this. Oops, there's more coolant. There's more coolant. That's what happens when you don't drain the block. Yeah, we'll just clear the overhead light. Okay, I've got the engine bay clean. Bit of degreaser. Make things a bit easier and cleaner. We're going to change the brake fluid, power steering fluid obviously because it's disconnected. Get some coil clean onto this air conditioning coil, which is an older style copper loop type system instead of the aluminium ones. And it should be right.